Hello farmers and welcome back to Chambergo. Another farming season is upon us. Yes, we are in the month of March. On the way down to the store, we're going to be leasing a drill so we can get our fields planted. Going to plant all cereal crops this year, just like last year. Although I'm going to forego the sorghum just because I'm going to be leasing the Avatar horse drill, and I can't do sorghum. So that is what we're going to be doing to start off today. Getting our fields up and going. Got 4 fields to plant, so let's get to it. I have activated the Highland fishing expansion on here as well. We may look at a few things in there, but the horse avatar, yes, we want that. Just to remind me, I don't have one on the farm right now. Okay, I couldn't remember. I think I'm just getting mixed up because I just bought one for the Kingley series. Yeah, we'll get the extension on there for fertilizer and seed. Doesn't really matter too much because, again, I'm just going to lease it. 10 grand for that, but that's okay. We got some money. Yeah, well, we had 192,000. Now we got 182,000 is what we have. No loan on the farm, which is great. I kind of forgot about that, but just, logged in. I went to see, well, how much is my loan? You don't have one, sir. You paid it off from selling all that bread, apparently. I would guess in the last episode. Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks since last episode because Kingley came out and I was very much into that. Didn't get a chance to record episodes last week, but we are back here on Chambergo. So now with $180,000 in the bank account, I was just looking around figuring out, well, what am I going to spend it on? Well, another tractor. We have 3 on the farm, but the problem with 2 of them is they're kind of under horsepower for, well, basically baling when I'm cutting the grass. That's the main thing. So the good news is with the Highland fishing expansion pack, we got a couple of JCBs. Now, I have used modded JCBs in FS25, but now with the Highland expansion, we can get the 8,000 icon, which for, I think it was like 305 horsepower. I can get it for like 220,000. I'm almost there, but let's not forget, I got a whole bunch of fabric that we're going to be selling here in about a month or so. I think for, let's see, I kind of forgot. I'll have a look here in just a moment. But I think we must have about $60,000 worth of fabric. So that could help us out in getting us a nice horsepower tractor. Again, I was looking for one with about 250 to about 350 horsepower for the farm. And I think that will do us nicely. I must have up here, I'm guessing I have some pallets left over from last year when I planted. Let's go see if I do. So this month, yeah, I got to get all the fields planted because I don't want to keep the drill overnight. Keep the fees down, and yes, we got a good amount of seed over here. I've probably been using the fertilizer, but we'll grab the seed. So while that's filling up with the first one, yeah, so if I go to large tractors, now there's a medium tractor, but after I looked at the price and the horsepower difference, I was like, well, maybe get this one because I can always upgrade it. So just the baseline, 306 horsepower, we can get it for 226. So that's the 8,000 icon fast track. Top speed of 43, which would also be nice when going back and forth from the sheep and goat pen down to our factories to drop off the fabric, or sorry, drop off the wool and the milk. I could also use it for that if I wanted to. In the medium category, you got the, I guess this is a 4,000? Yeah, the 4,000. Yes, it's a little bit cheaper for base tractor. I could get a 171, but if I would have jumped that up to a 235 horsepower, we're talking 200,000. So I figured for another 20,000, I can get additional 80 horsepower on there with a chance to upgrade it in the future. So I think that's what we're probably going to do. Also, the top speed, this one, not as high. Not that it's too crucial, but that is something. An extra 6 miles an hour on the 8,000 would be nice. So I'm looking at that. And as currently for used vehicles, we just got a fertilizer spreader, not what we're looking for. So, do I need the fast track right now? No, hang on to the money for now, for what I think. Now, another thing I've been thinking about is our grass fields. The steep grass field. Yeah, you know the one I'm talking about. Yeah, I was thinking about, should I sell that and buy another farmland and put grass in that one. Kind of swap it out and get away from that hilly field. And I would like to stay around the farmyard. There's a couple choices, but then again, the fields start to get a little bit more expensive. So yeah, I would swap out one grass field for the other. But the problem is the price of the grass field that I would sell and buying a new one, I would need like an additional 180,000 on top of selling that grass field. So for now, I think we're just going to hang on to what we have here. Can I grab that fertilizer? I can. Good. Yeah, so for now, we're just going to hang on to what we have and see how the rest of this year goes. I need to kind of get myself, like I said, it's been about 2 weeks since I've been on the map. So I kind of got to familiarize myself again with what's going on here. But yeah, so right now the main goal is, well, get crop back into the ground. I'm just going to come over here and top this off with fertilizer. Let's go ahead and start doing that. I should probably check on precision farming just to make sure none of my fields need to be soil sampled. Let's see if I go here, and no, we don't have, it would show black right there. That's the color we don't want to see. If it does, then we just got to go ahead and grab some soil samples, but no, we don't have that problem. I would like to crop rotate my fields, not that it really matters in the game. So I'm thinking we'll do wheat in these two fields, because this is like the smallest of the cereal crop fields. So we'll do like wheat here, and then probably barley here, and then oats up here. Sounds like a good plan. What we'll probably do is I'll probably plant the wheat in those two fields, and then I'll get a worker to start planting the other fields while we go up and take care of the sheep and goats. Got to get those pallets down to the production buildings. So let's go ahead and unfold here. So I was actually surprised. I don't quite remember paying off the loan and actually having that much money in the bank account. But when I saw that, I'm like, oh, I'm doing better on the farm than I remember what we were doing. Yeah, so my priorities right now would be to buy a tractor for the farm and then eventually a drill so I don't have to, But I mean, $10,000 just for the day. I may go over the hour on it. But it is what it is. But $10,000 for one time per month, I can do that. The tractor is something that I'm going to need more than just one time per month. I'm going to need it just about year round. So having that on the farm is more important to me than having a drill on the farm. Obviously, buying more land would be nice as well. Oh, the other thing I was going to look at, let me turn off the drill because hour meter. The Highland Fishing, is there a river on here? I was thinking about that earlier today when I was walking around the house, thinking, oh, we can do some fishing, but I don't think there's a river on here. No, there isn't. I do not see one. I don't know of a river or a pond that I could even fish out of, which would be a nice little bit of income coming on in. So if I could, just do some fishing, catch, some fish, and then sell them for $100 a piece, that would be nice. I do not see a river or a pond anywhere. If you're aware of a river or pond on the map, let me know. But, just visually looking at the map, I do not see one. Well, I guess I'm not buying a fishing pole and doing any fishing. One thing I did try on Kingley is I tried making my own pond. Well, I shouldn't say try. I made my own pond in the cow pasture that we have. And the game would not let me fish in a self-made pond. So I think it's got to be a river or a big body of water on the map to be able to fish from it. You can't make your own, I guess, which is kind of a shame, but it's the way it is. So making one here would not benefit me at all. Speaking of water, I do see there's some rain in the forecast, but that's all right. It's not going to affect our planting at all. I can turn off the beacons. We don't need those currently. We're in our own field, so yeah, this field here, of course, when I'm in, we'll plant wheat. The one to our left, we'll plant some wheat. And then we'll get a worker to plant the other fields while we take care of the sheep and goat. Basically, it's just grabbing the pallets and bring them on down to be delivered. I was going to have it look so I can just think about it while I'm in a time lapse, but I don't want to do it inside the time lapse, seeing how much we're going to get for fabric. Oh, wow. Okay, I got more fabric than I thought. If we sell it at the best time, I should get $82,000 worth of fabric. Currently, I got $73, but the price is going up as we know. So that is good. I don't have any silage to sell. No, we don't. We must have sold that during the winter months. But yeah, there we are. We still got some wheat being processed. Is that true? grain mill. No. Oh, the wheat is in my silo and have not brought it down. Oh yeah, we still got some more flour going over to the bakery. The bakery is full on with flour, so it's gonna be making bread throughout the year. So yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. So we'll have a good amount of bread coming in. So yeah, the farmers was in better hands than I thought it was when I was logging in here today. Like I said, it's been 2 weeks since I've been on here, so I knew roughly what was going on, but apparently not as well as I thought I did. Financially, we're doing a little bit better than I thought. So yeah, we may look at selling that grass field, not right away, the hilly grass field, and then maybe buying a bigger field. I know I was looking at field number 24, but that's going to be like 300 grand. And the field across the other grass field is about 317,000. But again, I think I want to focus on getting another good medium or that 8,000 JCB fast track on the farm. We might be doing that when we come time to sell the fabric next month. But before we do that, we got to get all these fields planted this month because that's muy importante to get the crops on in. So anyways, I'm going to turn on the radio. We'll get these 2 fields planted, and then, like I said, we'll move on up and take care of the sheep and goats. So I'll see you when I get done with these 2 fields. So we got the main field done of wheat, but we only got half of the second field done before I ran out of fertilizer. We'll have to buy some more from the hut, but we'll top off with seed that we have. And then we'll buy the rest, of course, and then we'll finish up that wheat field and get ourselves a worker for planting in some barley. Let's just sneak in and over here. Yeah, the rain must be coming because it's definitely getting cloudy on the farm. May have to drag that pallet of seed out here. Or is that going to top me off with seed? Okay. Never mind. I got that much seed left over. Alright, let's go to the hut and fill this up with some fertilizer. That'll be the expensive stuff. Yeah, these fields are requiring a lot of fertilizer for the wheat. And I should also bring that fertilizer, the wheat I have from the silo. How much wheat do I got in there? Just 10,000 liters, so it's not a whole lot. I should bring that on over to the grain mill. By the way, that was 6,144 for the fertilizer that we just purchased. Yeah, but I need to bring that wheat down and kind of get that processed before the harvest season comes, so I got a few months. I do love the 12-meter wide horse rills. Always have. I'm not sure if it was always called the Avatar all the way back when I first started using it back in FS17. But it just seems to be the right working width for the fields that I always have on my farms. And of course, being a direct drill, I love as well. So something we might get into here in the future, maybe in a couple years, is we might do some onions here, differently than what I'm doing on Kinley. I may just harvest some onions and then package them. I may not put down the vegetable production and make the fried onions or onion soup or onion salt. I'll probably end up doing all that on Kingley. Here I may just we may just harvest some onions and eventually just buy the packaging facility and package up some onions and sell them that way. And it's kind of hard to tell with the onions. I'm kind of early on still in Kingley. I mean, I do got like 30 hours on the map at this point already. As for the fishing, on hard economy, the fishing profit, boy, does not really seem like it's worth it. I mean, there's probably a slight profit. Haven't really run the numbers too much, but for what I need to make the fish food and buying all the productions and everything needed to get it up and running, yeah, it doesn't seem like the profit is worth it currently to me. But that's just my opinion. But again, I haven't run the numbers on it completely. Obviously, if we're running on normal or easy economy, it's probably going to be a lot more profitable. Just like, because that's the way the game runs. Makes it just a little bit easier. But I always play in hard economy. Everything's always turned on. The only thing I don't always turn on, of course, are the stones. I don't know, I'm just not a fan of the stones. But, again, just getting back on the fishing just for a second. The fishing, to me, is kind of like when the horses came to the game in FS19. Where at first it seemed like, oh, this is nice and interesting, but I think it's going to... It wears itself out on me rather quickly. I'm hardly doing much of it on Kingley already. We mostly got everything on distribute for the productions, and the only thing I'm really doing is picking up the adult fish off of the offshore production and selling them every July. By the way, it seems like July is the best time to sell those fish. And as for going around fishing in rivers and such, it's interesting for just a couple of minutes to me. And then it's like, all right, I'm going to go back and get to farming. But that's just my opinion. Yeah, so again, here back on Chambergo, though, like we just saw, I got $80,000 currently of fabric. By the time we actually get to, like, next month, when the best price might be, I might have $90,000 or $95,000 worth of fabric. And also, next month will be the time when we cut our grass fields. So that means roughly in May, when we go sell all the silage, that'll be $60,000 worth of silage there. So we got some money rolling in. So definitely we will have our fourth tractor by that time. And if one does not come up for sale that fits our needs, I think I will be buying the JCB 8000 with just a base engine in it. I may upgrade it in the future, may not. All depends what we need here in the farm. But I think that will do us wonderful when it comes time to baling up the field. So I might not quite have it to do the grass cutting in April. It all depends on if the fabric price is really good next month. I'll sell the fabric first, which will allow us to buy the JCB, and then we can use it to run the baler behind the Voltra when we're cutting the grass, so make that job that much better. Because I'm always being held up by waiting for the baler. Because, yeah, the two tractors that we got falling behind the Voltra, as you know, they do okay, just that they struggle on the hills. So I don't think I'm going to go back to the farm and top off with seed and fertilizer. I think we'll just get ourselves a worker to plant the barley in the next field, and if they run out, well then I'll take care of it then. But yeah, we're going to get Frank or Francine or one of those workers planting the barley here very soon while we go up to the sheep. I already got the tractor up there with the dolly trailer to load up the pallets, so we got to bring it on down. Of course, make sure we keep those productions running. All right, switch that over to barley. There we go. I will fold up the drill just to make sure we get on through here. I think it was, I think this roadway is wide enough, but we'll fold it on up. Since I don't own this, I don't want to damage it. Not that you can actually physically damage it. Of course, we'll have weeds in all these fields next month to take care of, but we do got ourselves a sprayer, so we're good there. Let me just remind myself, what is my score on this farm? A 94. What field is bogging me down in score? Okay, a little bit there. The grass field's probably... Why did not read nitrogen all the way? I mean, our score overall is good. We're at 13%. Max is 15%. But I mean, overall, that's going to be good for us anyways. Let's go ahead and set up a temporary course. Looks like it's kind of already on there, but I'm going to restart it from here. I don't know if it was for this machine. Probably was. Number of headlands. I can't remember. I think last year I used a Voltra momentum drill, so maybe that's what it was set for. So, and then I will do like a 3% overlap, generate course. Hopefully it doesn't have a problem with the stone wall. That's, as I'm having a flashback to that now. I don't remember if it was this drill, which I don't think it was. Maybe it was a momentum. But this is a meter wider than the momentum. So by the time it gets the two headlands done, it's 2 extra meters away from the wall. So it should take about 20 minutes to get the job done if it doesn't run out of material. That is our same Virtus tractor. We need to get up to the crystallizator. There we go. Let's drop off just a trailer, keep the weight on the back. I do got a grass bale in the feed trough, so they should be good. Oh, do I have any sheep ready for sale? Any sheep going out the door? No, not for a couple months. We don't have any sheep going out the door. And that lamb sounded happy that it was not for sale. So what do we got here? We got 3,000 and change in milk, and we got 5,000 and change in wool. Did we? Is that production still going of the fabric spinnery? Just barely 387 liters. So I'm getting it down there just in time. The dairy is out of milk. We do have a good amount of goat cheese. What is the goat cheese selling for? Not really the best time to be selling it, although. If I sold it, I would get 13,037. At peak price, I get 13,800. So it's I would it's $800 less, which is not that big of a deal. I mean, yeah, $800 is still $800, but I mean, if I need that extra cash, it's there. See if I can grab 4 pallets here with my talent that I have with pallet forks, as we all know that I have. Let's see, if I put this... Well, it's going to go near the back. The milk should always go near the front, just because of the drop-off point. But I'm going to put it there. We'll find a way to get it in. Why is there always one pallet that's like, nope, not going to come out the forks. Going to stay right on there. Alright, so I'm actually just going to... That was terrible. I'm actually going to separate the wool and the milk now. Just grab 2 at a time. And then get the other milk on the front. So if you haven't been watching the Kingley series, I do have the Highland cattle on that map. We are doing beef cattle there, which I haven't done beef cattle. I think it was Goldcrest Valley on 22 is the last time I did beef cattle. So I don't know how much money I get for beef cattle. This is why me and Pallet Forks never get along. But then again, it's one of those things where I don't do it often enough. If I did it often enough, probably wouldn't be that bad. And it probably would have helped if I strapped in the lower pallets first. That way they would have been kind of like tipping forward and backwards, right? Well, you can't strap that one in because it's not on any trailer. Yeah, that's not going to work for you. So just grab two at a time, I guess. These will go on the front. We get some more goat cheese made. More fabric made. So with the amount of wool I'm bringing down, I might get 2 more pallets of fabric out of it by morning of April. So that'll be another 10 grand. So yeah, we're at 85, I think I said. So it might get up to 95,000. Or whatever we had, it'd be 10,000. It's like 5,000 per pallet. Let me throw on the beacons. And we'll just double and triple strap, make sure everything's on. And yeah, we are good to go. So yeah, 5,300 liters of wool and 3,600 liters of goat's milk. Let's get that on down to the production building so they can, well, first of all, the fabric can keep on going. And we'll start back up the dairy production. I'm pretty sure it's active, just that we just don't have no milk in there currently. But we will have in just a few minutes. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the road. This isn't Kingley. Surprised I made it this far down down here before I realized I was on the wrong side of the road. Yeah, in case you know, Kingley is a UK map, so driving on the left-hand side. Got kind of used to it. Alright, got to drive on the right-hand side. We're in Chambergo, wherever Chambergo may be. But now we're back on the correct side of the road for the map. So, like always, wool first. Of course, the pallets on the front for the milk, those will go in relatively easily. The one in the back, we'll get it in. I may have to really hug the fence line when I get in there, but I'll raise up the forks early before I get in there. Honestly, the way I've been doing it, I probably should just leave the pallet forks up at the sheep and goat pen. Then I won't have to worry about it because I'm not really loading them up anymore down here. We're pretty much using the auto loading system to pick them up. I mean, I still gotta get the trailer all the way in the trigger. Oh, come on. All right. We're just going to get out and we're just going to slide it. I think. After I activate super strength, we'll just slide it over a little bit. There we go. And this trailer, probably just leave right on down here, because the sheep and goats, it's not going to be needed up there for another month or two. And more likely to be needed down here to either sell the goat cheese or sell the fabric when we get to April. So we'll just block our entryway here. Turn that off. How is our worker doing? They're doing pretty darn good. It looks like they got the headlands done, and does not look like they're having any trouble with the stone wall over there, so everything is going well, it appears. So yeah. Yeah, so we're just kind of fingers crossed within, by the morning of April, we'll see if a tractor comes up for sale. Again, I think I'm just going to go with the 8,000 if I can wait that long. But yeah, that'll give us a good 306 horsepower. BKT tires already on it. Y tires is good. And I don't think I would want to change anything on the tractor itself. So we just need 226,300 for a brand new JCB tractor. And what I could do, just because it has that much better top speed, is I can leave the Zeta Crystal tractor up at the sheep and goat pen and just use that with the pallet forks, just loading up the pallets on the flatbed and putting bales into the pen. And I can use the JCB just to go up there and grab the trailer and move deliver the stuff back and forth, because this is like almost 20 miles an hour faster than that tractor. So get the job done. I mean, it's not like it's that long, honestly, but I mean, 3 minutes back and forth. After you do it enough times over and over again, the trip starts to get a little bit on you. So yeah, again, I do want to show, while we let Frank or whoever it is piloting the Vultra with the horse planter on there. So this field here, let me get over to farmland. Yes, I was looking at this land here. If I sell it, it's 137,000. So I was looking at field number 37, which, by the way, has spinach in it. Yippee. But that does go for 317,000, and it's a 102% yield. This field is what? 116. So, but we are going to be going from if I were to swap it, 235 size field up to a 619. So imagine if I put grass in that, how much silage we would get. But of course, we are also looking at this field up here, which is a 6.38 hectare size field for $350,000, and the yield is 114%. So I could make either of these fields a grass field, swap this grass field out, sell it, and help us buy either one of these. Could do that. But of course, first thing I want to do is get ourselves a tractor on the farm. And that way they'll get rid of the huge slope over here as well. Don't get me wrong. The field has been great to us since we got it and making silage bales. But yeah, just dealing with the workers and the tractors not having enough horsepower to get up the hill as required. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a struggle in doing so. Just realized that kind of looks like the continent of South America. Just a little bit. Don't know why that popped in my head, but I thought I'd share that information with you. So yeah, there we have it. Who is piloting the Vultra here? Let's have a closer look. Oh, it's Francesca. I apologize, Francesca, but thanks for your services of planting the barley. So I'm going to let Francesca complete the barley field, and next time we will be over in that field. It'll still be in March, and we'll be planting our oats in that field. And then, of course, we can return the horse drill. And maybe in the long distant future, we'll finally have one on the farm. But yeah, I think we're doing pretty good. As I said, was it $82,000 worth of fabric. So if we can get the other two made, we'll have like 92,000 plus with our 14 or 13% environmental score bonus. That will bring us like $100,000 worth of fabric. And then, of course, the bread is starting to pile up already. And then, of course, the goat cheese. We'll have a little bit more, and we'll see what the price is. But the price is currently dropping. And I think goat cheese is going to drop all the way until like midsummer. Goat cheese. Let's see what that price is doing. Yeah, it's going to drop all the way down in June before it goes back up. So probably won't be selling that until September time. But yeah, we should have, fingers crossed, next episode. another tractor on the farm, and hopefully we can use that for wrapping up some bales behind the Vulture when we cut the grass, make that job that much quicker. And then when we sell the silage the next month, yeah, we'll see how we're getting along here and what we want to start doing with the money. But usually the sale page kind of indicates what we'll be doing there. So as I said, we'll let Francesca finish up this barley field. And then next time we'll do the oat field, and then on to the month of April, where, of course, we'll be doing some grass cutting and taking care of the fields. These fields that we got planted, or have planted, and will be planting, they will have weeds into them. So, yeah, we'll have a worker probably in those fields as I'm cutting grass, and they'll be taking care of the weeds with the See and Spot weed sprayer. But it's good to be back on Chambergo, and it's good to know that the farm is doing better than I thought it was when I logged in. But anyways, that's what I'm going to wrap it up for today. If you're still here, the thumbs up button helps me out quite a bit. If you want to help with the channel myself, just remember to click on that. Thumbs down button's there if you want to click on that. You're more than welcome to if you want to, but leave me a comment as to why you did so. But no one ever does that. And if you're new here and like this kind of content, you might want to think about hitting that subscribe notification bell so you don't miss out on more fun here on Chambergo or other series. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Chambergo. But until then, have a good one.